Welcome back to Spiracy. Today we're uncovering 10 conspiracy theories that turned out to be real. Some of these were dismissed as pure paranoia, but eventually the truth came to light. From secret experiments to hidden government agendas, these stories prove that sometimes reality is stranger than fiction. And trust me, you won't believe the last one, it's a shocker. Let's dive in. At number 10, MK Ultra. This was the CIA's top secret mind control program, and yes, it's as eerie as it sounds. Starting in the 1950s, the CIA experimented with drugs like LSD, hypnosis, and electroshock therapy on unsuspecting Americans. They were attempting to control human behavior and create brainwashed agents. Many victims had no idea they were even part of this experiment until documents were exposed in the 1970s, confirming that MK Ultra was indeed real. Creepy, right? Next, at number 9, we have Operation Northwoods. In the 1960s, the U.S. Department of Defense proposed a plan to stage fake attacks on American soil, including hijackings and bombings. The goal? To blame it on Cuba and gain public support for military action. Although President Kennedy rejected the plan, declassified documents later showed how far this idea actually went. Imagine if it had been approved. Coming in at number 8, the Gulf of Tonkin incident. In 1964, reports claimed that North Vietnamese forces attacked U.S. ships, which led to America's deep involvement in the Vietnam War. Decades later, declassified documents revealed that the incident was exaggerated to justify military action. This deception led to years of intense warfare, proving that even monumental decisions can be based on false pretenses. Number 7. COINTELPRO. This was an FBI program aimed at surveilling and disrupting civil rights groups, anti-war activists, and political dissenters. From Martin Luther King Jr. to the Black Panther Party, no one was off limits. The program only became public knowledge in 1971 after a group of activists broke into an FBI office and leaked the documents, exposing the scale of government surveillance. Number 6 on our list, the Tuskegee syphilis study. In 1932, the U.S. Public Health Service began a study on African American men infected with syphilis, but there was a dark twist. The participants were not treated, and instead were left to suffer to see how the disease progressed. This horrific study went on for 40 years until it was exposed in 1972, highlighting major ethical abuses in medical research. Halfway there at number 5, the big tobacco cover-up. For decades, tobacco companies knew that smoking was deadly, yet they hid the evidence and even manipulated research to downplay the risks. They marketed cigarettes as a safe choice, even though their own research showed otherwise. In the 1990s, leaked documents revealed this cover-up, leading to massive lawsuits and tighter regulations. At number 4, we have the Watergate scandal. This is one of the most famous political scandals of all time. In 1972, members of President Nixon's administration were caught breaking into the Democratic National Committee's headquarters to spy on political opponents. When journalists uncovered Nixon's involvement, it led to his resignation. Watergate showed that even the highest offices could be involved in dirty tricks. Number 3 is NSA mass surveillance. Before Edward Snowden's leaks in 2013, most people would have dismissed the idea that the government was watching everyone. But Snowden's revelations showed that the NSA was conducting massive surveillance on both American citizens and international leaders. Everything from phone calls to emails was being monitored, proving that the surveillance state wasn't just a conspiracy theory. At number 2, the Iran-Contra affair. In the 1980s, the U.S. government secretly sold weapons to Iran, despite an embargo, and used the proceeds to fund Nicaraguan rebels known as the Contras. This was all done without congressional approval, and it only came to light after a series of leaks. The scandal shook the Reagan administration and exposed a major covert operation. Finally, at number 1, we have the Manhattan Project. During World War II, the U.S. ran a highly secretive project to develop the atomic bomb, known as the Manhattan Project. Tens of thousands of people were involved, yet the project was kept completely hidden from the public until the bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. It's one of the most intense examples of government secrecy,